Good morning, warriors. How we doing this morning? It is Monday, I believe, June 13th. Hope all is well. I've took a few days off to do things. I didn't get a chance to do one. I think I only did one last week, so we're gonna do one today. Hope you guys had a nice weekend. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are on your plan, your purpose. It's a great day today, and we just keep moving along. I'm moving, trying to move towards 750, and so we'll get there. And I think we're like 738 or something like that, and moving in the right direction. And I hope you guys are on your plan. So a lot of great comments. I'm going to talk about one from DH today. So thank you, DH. A shout out to you. I know Djokovic or Jokai, I can't pronounce it, but Joaka, I think. Not Djokovic, I don't think it's Djokovic. But I wanted to kind of comment on that comment as well last night, so I appreciate your comment. I apologize for messing up your name there. But Jokata, I think it's Joka, I'm trying to get it right here. But I'm going to try to respond back to that comment tomorrow or in the next video I get to do. But I'm going to focus on one from DH today, and another one that was sent talking about youth as well. Let's kind of focus on this. First, please go ahead and subscribe, like, comment, donate. All those things are greatly appreciated, and always appreciate those type of things. And so please continue doing those things. So we talk about this whole journey that we're on, and this is a very glorious type of journey that we're moving in the right direction. Now, I have a lot of, as you know, a lot of strong faith and belief. And so a lot of that came from trying to become the best person I become. I was back in the teenage years. I was actually very depressed, upset, because of a lot of family situations, things happening around me. And so I was kind of gonna give it up. And I became saved. And a lot of it was because I wanted to kind of change who I was. I wanted to become the best person I could become. And we're not perfect. We all make mistakes. Of course, we all sin. That's why we're forgiven. And if we have a relationship with the Lord or God, those type of things we can be forgiven for those type of things. But we have to establish the fact there's something bigger than us. And so going back to DH's question, he had a couple good questions. He's noticing good benefits, and a shout out to you, DH, great job. He's noticing great benefits of things that are happening, but he's also noticing a lot of changes. And that is something I want to kind of focus on, because he's absolutely right. You will have a lot of changes in your life. Now, he's talking about different things like political changes, religious views, things like that. Well, part of, in my viewpoint now, this is just my viewpoint, but part of my viewpoint is the fact that I believe that as you go on this journey that we're on, retention journey, you actually become closer to God. I think in your natural state where you're not losing all kinds of energy and the things are all in you, you're not going to lose that energy. And so I think you become a conduit better for the Lord, and the Lord sees you. Now, especially now, I was kind of getting pretty heavy there for a while, and I've lost again about 20 pounds. So I'm moving in the right direction. Excuse me, but I'm trying to lose more, going back to my non-carb stuff, and that's what was killing me, is the carbs and the sugar. So getting away from that stuff really helped a lot. But the thing is that what you really want to do is realize that this is a lifestyle change. And as you're doing a lifestyle change, everything else around you is changing. Your world around you will change because you're changing. This was talked about in a lot of the great books, Secret of the Ages, The Secret, a lot of these great books and philosophies over the years talk about the fact that as you think about things, you become those things. I'm losing my picture here a little bit. As you think about these things, you really kind of become those type of things. And so as you're talking about trying to make it a lifestyle, all of a sudden things change around you. And all of a sudden now you attract different types of people in your life who are very similar or think the same way that you do. And so as we focus on this and we look at this idea, you're going to go ahead and see changes. So DH, you're 100% right. You're going to see a lot of changes in your life. And so how to deal with that? Well, one of the things to realize is the fact that you're becoming a leader. You're becoming a leader because you're developing self-discipline. You would be surprised on how few people have this kind of discipline to go 60 days, 90 days, let alone a couple years, and going on the streaks that took me 45 years to attempt, right? Because people really don't want to do this. They don't want to really be standing out because they'll get rejected and criticized. And I think, as DH mentioned, he's concerned about losing friends and people changing because they don't do the same kind of things you used to. Of course not. Once you do this retention, this is a self-improvement plan. Really, when you start with retention, it's not only retention, but you're also learning a lot of other types of discipline. And so you're going to watch out for food. You're going to watch out for addictions and getting yourself in situations where there's drugs and alcohol and things like that. You're going to better yourself. And I think this is going to be the key to it. And you're going to have a lot more energy, and you're going to eventually be successful in business and money, all the things you're trying to accomplish, because you're becoming strong. But at the same time, you're going to change friends. Those friends who are with you in those type of situations are no longer going to be with you in some cases unless they can adapt to the new you. If they choose not to, they're going to move on. Now, family situation is different because family members are obligated to be with each other, and so it doesn't really matter necessarily what's going to happen to you or them. You're still going to accept them. Now, you'll notice differences, and those things will be talked about in the family and things like that. But the idea is that you're becoming a lot more stronger, more perfect type person with the Lord when you're doing this. And so DH, I would not worry at all about this, because I think this is a perfect, normal thing that's going to happen to you. But anybody that's going closer to perfection, I put my phone there, is going to get this type of response. And you're going to get some people who are going to be upset with you, DH. I've had this happen. People look at you, men and women, look at you in a strange way because you have an energy now because of all the benefits. You have an aura. You may not be able to see it, but other people can see it. And they see the aura in you because you're keeping your energy. You're not losing your energy. And like I said, I think that there's people out there who are those energy suckers who will be attracted to you that come right out of the woodwork, and all of a sudden, you have no idea why you become so attractive. But there's a two-edged sword to that. Because as you're attractive, now you realize that people want your energy, and you have to be very careful on how you're doing it. As I said, we had a good comment from Djokovic talking about the fact that talking about the energy and still trying to do it once in a while. And I'm not necessarily saying, guys, that abstinence, that celibacy is for everybody. I think you have to kind of judge that based on the people you're around and what your goals are and things like that. But what I'm saying is that whether or not you do it, you lose your energy, or whether or not you relapse, all these things happen to us whether or not we're trying celibacy or not. The thing is, you become a lifestyle. If it becomes a lifestyle, then you're going to continue doing it 99% of the time. You may have your wife, your girlfriend, someone you're really close to that you want to use your energy, that's fine. But remember, this is a transfer energy. You're transferring that to the female. You're the one that's giving that to the female. So this is just, so you know that's really what's happening. You're losing it, you're giving it to somebody else. If that someone is that important to you, well then that's going to be your choice. Now, in this case, I think it's important to realize that saving the energy, however, makes you a better person, and now also makes your relationships better with other people as well, especially your husband and wife too. So you have to balance a lot of that out, but you're going to see a lot of changes. And so what happens sometimes is that people, they start and they have a good intentions, and they start this retention idea and plan, but what happens is that their life changes around them, and they don't want that. They want to be secure in the way they are and the feelings they have, and they don't want to go ahead and change those, and because they feel uncomfortable. We are really creatures of habit, and a lot of us are used to being habit-forming type people. And so as a habit-forming type of person, we really know that we're used to habits. We're comfortable in those habits. Whether they be good or bad, we're comfortable in those habits. So what we got to do is kind of look at the ideas that you have to be uncomfortable until you get used to a new pattern, a new lifestyle. And this is really a lifestyle. So as you're changing your thoughts and ideas, you're going to have ups and down type situations, because for the most part, this is going to be all new. And the people around you, some people are going to like you more, some people are going to reject you, some people are going to come into your life, out of your life. But realize that as you do this more, what I've experienced is that you're not alone. I believe you're getting closer to your creator. And as you do that more, then all of a sudden, you don't feel alone. You don't need people. See, the thing is, and this is, don't take this the wrong way, it's great to be with people, and it's important to be with people. Obviously, your family and your friends and all that. But you should not be at the point, and I was like this for years, so I know, you should not be at the point where your existence, your identity, your happiness is based on people around you. And this is the type of thing that starts to change when you look at the whole idea of retention. You're not basically looking at this as an idea of saying, okay, I'm just doing this a little bit for exercise or trying to get back and looking better in shape. You're doing this because of a lifestyle change. And you have to be prepared for things around you to change. People may not like you. They may be jealous of you. They may not even know why they don't like you. They just have a bad instinct about you. Other people love you because they see the energy and they want the energy and they want to be around the energy. And so they're going to look at you in a whole different way. And whether it's your wife, girlfriend, friends around you, they will look at you differently. So you have to be prepared for this. And so DH, I think you made some great comments there, great ideas. And I applaud you for going your streak. Don't change your streak, because your streak is going to represent a great lifestyle change for you in the future. Now, you may lose some people, as you mentioned in email to me. Some of your friends are leaving, or some friends are coming in your life, out of your life, and they wanted to look at life like it was 20 years ago, and it's not the same. Not only the fact that you've grown and the person has grown, but you're at a point where you're on a different plan. You're in a lifestyle change. And that's important to recognize. So as you see this, you got to prepare. Now, is it a little sad? Of course it is. Sure. Especially people you knew in high school or even grammar school. And I had a reunion 10 years ago or something with people in grammar school. And it was nice to reminisce and going back and talking about it. But so many of those people have changed, and I have changed so much that it's just not the same thing. And I think that's when you look and say, okay, things are different now. You're a different person now. And I think that's important to recognize how different a person you are. And as you do that, you'll see that, your life ideas, your political viewpoints, your religious viewpoints all change. Because of course, if you're being closer to the Lord and you recognize something's different, you're going to find out what that is. And what that is really is the fact that you are now becoming more spiritual. I guess that's the best word I can use for it. So DH, you're becoming more spiritual as you do this more. That's the experience that I've had, at least. You become a lot more spiritual. So now you're able to deal with this ideas much better than you did before. Now, from a political standpoint, obviously you're going to take political viewpoints that are going to be a lot more spiritual as well. And so you're going to see things from a different light because of that. Now, there's going to be a lot of people, and I've had this in my family as well, there's going to be a lot of people who don't understand. They don't accept what you're doing. They're not going to do that because they're so used to the old person you were. But the thing is, you're changing. And I think it's important to recognize that you're changing your life. You know, some people will like you, some people won't like you. You know, but you have to recognize that that's going to change. Now, are you changing for the better? Well, that's the whole reason we're doing this. In a long sense, you're changing for the better. You're changing because you want to get people to, to see a different you, yes, but you also want to become closer to your God and Creator. Now, if you don't have that belief, I think certainly that's something that's going to kind of make you think more about this. As you do more retention, as you do more of this, you're going to start to think to yourself, okay, there's something happening inside of me. And that's going to be different than what you're seeing, otherwise. And so that's why I think for the most part, you'll go through some view changes, you're going to go through some spiritual changes, and that to me is one of the best reasons to do it. It's almost impossible not to do this and have some spiritual conversion of some sort, because you are getting closer to God. Whether people want to recognize that, whether they want to believe in God or not. You are getting closer to Creator because it makes sense. Just like the idea of water. And I've been drinking a lot of water lately as well, which probably accounts for losing a lot of the weight that I have. But the idea is that the world is made up of a lot of water. And if you're made up of a lot of water, you're connecting with that. And so, just like with the Lord, you're connecting with that because you're keeping all your energy. And so, the whole idea is that you are connecting with the ground. One of the things that the Liver King talked about, and I know he gets a lot of criticism and different things all the time too, but one of the tenets that I believe that he's right about is connecting. Connecting with nature, connecting with the ground, because you're connected with that. And so touching the ground, touching trees, all these type of things are really important. That's why a lot of times I walk around, even outside, I walk around with no shoes on to connect. All those things are connections to the things that you're trying to do, with retention and all the energy you have. So in summary, my friends, I wanted to kind of do one this morning. I hope you guys are doing well. But I wanted to kind of respond to DH and Djokovic. I'll get one back to you soon. I know you had some good questions as well, and we'll focus on that one a little bit later. But I wanted to kind of get back to DH. DH, continue. First of all, shout out. Tremendous work up to now. Keep it up. Keep going as long as you can. And like I said, the longer you do it, the habit is formed. And if the habit is formed, then you're going to continue doing this over a period of time. Even if you relapse, even if you choose to relapse one time, you're still going to have that streak to look back and say, I can do it. And now you can do it. You're going to keep doing it because you know the benefits outweigh the continual loss of energy that you may have experienced, previously. And I think this is the important thing that you have to kind of look at. All right. So DH, continue the great work, guys. The rest of you guys have a great day. We'll talk to you guys very soon. Hopefully I'll do another one this week as soon as I can. And until then, battle on, guys. And battle on, and God bless you. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.